What is up, guys? James here from the Light of Riga YouTube channel, and in this video we're going to be doing a reading for all my Sagittarius sun sign friends. If you were born between the dates of November 22nd and December 21st, then you are a Sagittarius sun sign, and this reading is for you. In this video we're going to be doing a reading that gets to the heart of the reasons behind worry and stress in the lives of Sagittarius in the month of May. You know, there's a lot of things that cause stress in our lives, but so oftentimes we don't know the true cause of them. We kind of do, but not really. So that's what this spread is going to get down to the nitty-gritty about. Okay, this is a general overview spread, and it's going to apply in a general sort of way. But if you want a more specific reading tailored just for you, then head on over to my Etsy shop. The link is in the description. And I can tap into your specific energies and work together to figure out some problems that you need fixing. But yeah, so for now, this is a general overview, and I'm going to be using the Thelema Tarot. This is a 3-card spread. And if you would, just give me a moment to center myself and ask the Thelema Tarot, what is the reasons behind worry and stress in the lives of Sagittarius sun signs? Alright, that ought to do it. Let's cut the deck and deal out 3 cards. 1, 2, and the 3. Alright, very interesting. Give me a moment to analyze this and see what we got here. Alright, so the first card here in the middle is the 7 of Pentacles, and this card represents the heart of the matter, the reasons behind worry and stress in your life, Sagittarius friends. And we've got the 7 of Pentacles, and I'm getting the feeling that for a lot of you, you're kind of focused on, for a lot of you it's finances, but you know, when I think of the Pentacles, I think of health, I think of material possessions, I think of money, and jobs. So I get the feeling that a lot of you have your minds kind of in that mode right now, thinking a lot about that sort of thing, thinking about getting paid off, thinking about harvesting. The 7 of Pentacles is about harvesting what you have sowed. Do you reap what you sow? Yes, I think reaping what you have sowed, and you know, getting paid for a job well done. And I get the feeling that that's a cause for a lot of worry and stress. You're not really sure if you're gonna be paid off for whatever it is, whatever kind of work you do. And it's not necessarily for your job, but you know, whenever you work on a creative endeavor, you're worried if it's going to pay off, or you know, whenever you do some exercise, you're wondering if it's going to pay off. And so I think that a lot of you Sagittarian friends are kind of focused on the material aspects of life, and you're kind of you know, not sure if you're going to get everything you need or everything you want or everything you desire. And that's a little bit of a concern, because it's going to cause some stress whenever you're thinking about the future. And I get the sense of definitely feeling about thinking about the future from this card. And you know, whenever you think about the future, you're taking yourself out of the present moment, which restricts your ability to create and manifest, because the present moment is all you have, and the things you do in the present moment shape your future. So if you're thinking about the future, you're not thinking about the present moment, therefore you're hindering your future from becoming what you want it to be. It's weird, I know, but roll with me on this, okay? So yes, that's the vibe I'm getting from that card as behind the reasons for your worry and stress. This card here, the King of Swords, represents what you need to let go of. Oh, okay. I think a lot of you Sagittarians are living a little bit too much in your minds, in your ego, and you're allowing your thoughts to dictate your life. And I don't have to tell you, maybe I do, that in order to live a well-bounded life, you're going to have to incorporate a lot of different aspects, and your ego is just one of those small, it's a small aspect. I mean, if you're going to really be living a well-rounded life, then you're going to need to consult your heart. You're going to, you know, you can't just live from your mind only. And, you know, your mind is probably what's causing this here. It's just worried about the future. It's thinking about things. Do I have enough money to do this? Am I going to be able to pay that bill? You know, and these are the kind of ego thoughts that are kind of just like get in there, and they just get into our belief systems, and they just implant themselves there. So I think this card is asking you, is saying that you need to let go of the desire, or that's not really a desire maybe, but the tendency to let your mind control you. And by control you, I mean just it overpowers everything else, and you allow those thoughts of worry, fear, doubts, and all those negative thoughts that we have to become your reality. And I think you need to be a little bit more softer around the edges. You need to allow your heart, and not your physical heart, but your heart center, the emotional aspects of you, to play a larger role in your decision making and in the way you feel, basically. This last card here represents actions you can take to improve your situation, and we've got the Seven of Cups. Okay, very good. This card is saying that you need to keep your options open, right? When you're so focused on the future and what you want the future to be, you're kind of restricting even better things from happening to you. But if you're open, if you fill your heart with emotions rather than thoughts, well, I guess what I'm trying to say, I'm not explaining this well, right? What I'm trying to say is, if you're living from a more heart-based perspective, you're going to be more open to things. If you're living from an ego-mind perspective, your ego is going to tell you what it wants and what it needs, and you're going to go for that. And if you don't get that, you're going to be sad or depressed. But if you're living from more of a heart-based perspective, your heart is in a state of allowing. Your heart will, your emotional life, you're going to allow things to come to you rather than trying to force things to happen, right? And so, only by going down this path can you allow things that are better than what you thought. Think about that. If you're more of a allowing of energy to come to you, and you're not going to tell what energy you want, then even better things than you even thought can come. And so I think that's what this card is saying. Leave your options open. I think that's an action you can take. Allow what will happen to happen, and don't be so fearful of what will happen. That's the ego mind. It's telling you to be afraid of the future. And this card is telling you to just allow and take things in stride and go with the flow. Okay? That's definitely a very powerful message, and I think that's something that you guys should really take to heart, Sagittarius, in this coming, I don't know, few weeks and month. And yeah, so let's do an overview here. Like I said, the first card here represents the heart of the matter, and I think a lot of you are just focused on the future and focused on security in the future, focused on money, focused on owning things, and worried about bills and all that sort of thing. And you're taking yourself out of the present moment. And the reason this is happening is because I think a lot of you have maybe an overarching, what's the word I'm looking for? A dominant ego mind. Your ego mind is a little bit too dominant in your lives, and I think that's something that you can let go of. Is allow your thought process to not dictate all your actions. Really consult your heart, consult your emotions, your emotional center, before you make any big decisions, before even unconscious decisions. Because when you allow your ego mind to take control, even your subconscious is affected by that, and you're subconsciously making decisions based on the ego, and that's definitely not a great thing. Okay, it's not good, and it's definitely not great. So in order to get yourself out of this and relieve stress, then just be more open, be more relaxed, be more allowing, allow what will happen to happen, and don't be so fearful of the future. If you must find yourself thinking about the future, then think of positivity. Don't think of the physical things. Don't think of money. That stuff will all take care of itself if you're living from a balanced emotional state. And that's what the Seven of Cups is kind of telling me now. So I hope that you got something out of that. I hope I explained that well. Remember, this was the general overall reading for all Sagittarians, so it might not make complete sense to you. But if you want a reading that's tailored specifically to you, head on over to my Etsy shop. The link is in the description, like I said. And, I just want to help, basically. I just want to help people. And together we can figure out your problems. And you got questions, I got answers. So, check me out over on Etsy, and I guarantee that we can get to the bottom of your issues. And yes, so I want to thank you guys for watching that. I really appreciate you tuning in. If you have any questions, then please put those down in the comment section, or anything you want to say about this video, put it in the comment section. Leave a like if you got something out of it, and subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you guys for watching. Happy taroting. Peace.